Dr. Snellgrove from Eastern Shore Weight Loss is back in the studio with us this morning. How are you doing today?
We're great.
Well, thanks for coming on the show today. You always have nice information for us.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right. Now, I've heard that there is a condition called skinny fat. First, tell me, is it real?
Skinny fat is definitely real.
What is it?
A skinny fat is a person who comes to your office or my office, and we measure weight and obesity by what's called a BMI. The BMI in most people should be less than 30, and that's a relationship between your height and your weight, your sex and your age. Less than 30 is fair. Less than 25 is normal. All right, 25 to 20 is a normal BMI. We'll put it in that range. Over 30 is obese. Over 25 is overweight. A person that comes into my office whose BMI is, say, 22 or 23, let's say 23. But you look at them and you say, okay, their BMI is normal, they don't need to lose any weight. And a lot of doctors' offices will say, you're normal. You don't need to lose any weight. But if you look closely at them, a lot of that weight is fat and very little is muscle. They're not in shape. So we call that skinny fat. On paper, they're normal, but when you look at them in real life, they are overweight because they have way too much fat and not enough muscle. And it's a very significant health problem that is probably being overlooked.
Wow. What can people do to fight the skinny fat?
Skinny fat. Skinny fat, and this is like I say every episode, every segment we do, it's diet and exercise, diet and exercise, diet and exercise. If you lose weight, you gain muscle mass, you'll get rid of the skinny fat. Now, the skinny fat is dangerous because you'll have small changes in your blood work, slightly elevated blood sugar. And there are people who are skinny fat who are diabetics. And a skinny fat person who is diagnosed with diabetes, as opposed to an obese person, has twice the risk of heart attack and stroke. You think that's just not possible. You think the overweight person would have that problem. But a person with a normal BMI, but with not enough muscle mass and too much fat on them, has twice the risk of a heart attack and stroke. That means let's go to the gym. Let's start working out. Let's build muscle. Let's drop fat. What's going to happen then is you're going to see the scales change a little bit. Your BMI may actually go up because you gain weight, and this drives people nuts. I tell people don't look at the scales anymore because muscle weighs more than fat, so your weight will go up. But it's a healthy weight. Your muscle is now increasing your metabolism, you're burning sugar, you're burning fat at a higher rate, you're healthier, you feel better. So there comes your clothes fit. Your clothes fit better because they're looser. You have to drop your dress size or clothing size. I hear that all the time, and I love to hear that.
Yeah,
so when they come into my office and they go, my weight's going up, but I look in the mirror, I feel great. I look in the mirror, my dress size has gone down. I tell them, throw the scales away. Get rid of them. You don't want to look at the weight anymore. You want to look at how you feel and how your clothes are fitting. Eat healthy. That's it in a nutshell. Exercise on a regular basis. Eat healthy. General rule of thumb is does the food come from the right plant? If the food was manufactured in a plant, don't eat it. If the food comes from a plant that grew in the ground, it's probably going to be healthy and good for you, and that's something you need to concentrate on and eat.
So eating healthy and exercising, are those the only ways to fight skinny fat?
Those are the best ways to fight skinny fat, for sure. Poor eating habits are the number one cause. Lack of exercise, convenience with fast food. I don't have time, I work too much, it's going to get us all. Diet and exercise. I think in my world, diet and exercise cure everything. World peace through diet and exercise.
You guys heard it from the doctor. Skinny fat is a real condition, but he's given us some really good tips to help fight it. And before we leave, tell everybody about your new address.
We are moving, that's true. And again, I have to make sure I get it right because I'm not even familiar with the address yet. But Eastern Shore Internal Medicine and Eastern Shore Weight Loss, they're two different clinics in the same building, the same entity. I'm the doctor for both. We're moving, I hope by the end of the year, in Fairhope from our current location to 341 North Greeno Road, and it will be Suite 3. I have to keep looking. That's at the corner of Greeno and Gayfer in the second floor of the building that Bayside Orthopedics is in. It's the yellow building on the corner. That hopefully is going to be by the end of the year. We're working to build the space now. Prior to that, the 1st of November, which is only 2 weeks away, so it's kind of scary for me, we are opening up a satellite office in Spanish Fort. That address is 6475 Spanish Fort Boulevard, Suite G. We will be open from Monday through Thursday in the afternoons only, but Monday and Thursday we're going to be open late till 7 because I know a lot of people work in Mobile. They drive back across that bay to Spanish Fort. They don't want to take off work. Well, we're going to stay open a little later so they can come by the doctor's office on their way home. If you know where the paperclip is in Spanish Fort, and if you drive down 31 or 98, everybody knows where the paperclip is. We're at the paperclip. Come see us.
Very nice, and I want to thank you for teaching me a thing or two about skinny fat.